What's Poppin' Nation? I'm Mr. Castle, and this is What's Poppin', a weekly talk show where we talk about pop culture. My guest today is author Derek Taylor Kent, and I'm here with him and his book, Kubrick's Game. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Castle.
Now, I have a question for you. It is my understanding that up until this point, you only wrote children's books. Is that correct?
That's right. I have a picture book called El Perro con Sombrero, bilingual. I have a whole series of middle grade books called Scary School, very popular with like the 7 to 12-year-olds, but this was my first venture into grown-up novels.
Okay, now I have another question in that instance then, because Kubrick is probably one of the most complex directors of all time, directing such films as The Shining, Clockwork Orange, 2001: Space Odyssey.
Right.
So why would you go into, first off, such a complex director for your first adult novel? And what is the novel about? How does Kubrick relate to it?
Right. It's about a college film student, also obsessed with Kubrick, who discovers a hidden game within his films that seems to be leading to a mysterious treasure that Kubrick left behind. And all the clues to find it are buried within his films. So all those films you talked about have such intense symbolism and deep hidden meanings that people are still trying to unravel 30, 40 years later. It just lent itself to a puzzle adventure novel like this.
Okay, now, and speaking of puzzle adventure, from what I understand, there's a real world aspect to this book as well, yeah?
That's right. When you finish reading the book, you aren't done yet. We created a real life treasure hunt that the readers can play once the book is done. I got help with it from the puzzle mavens who do Fantastic Race. Those are scavenger hunts around the whole city and escape rooms. So we have these puzzles that the readers get to solve and tasks they have to complete in order to find some real life treasures that we have hidden somewhere.
See, that's absolutely spectacular because that adds a whole new level of interaction between the author, the book, and the reader.
Exactly.
That's wonderful. Now, from what I understand as well from our conversation earlier, you had mentioned that there's something very unique about the audiobook version of this book.
I'm very excited about the audiobook. Been working on it about the last 2 months straight, and it's finally ready. We had it narrated by Jonathan Frakes, Commander Riker from Star Trek: The Next Generation, who did it with Yvette Nicole Brown from Community and Talking Dead. So this is one of the first audiobooks done more like a radio play, with several actors actually working on it at the same time together doing scenes.
That is absolutely incredible, just integrating so many aspects of nerd culture into probably one of the most praised and complex and crazy directors of all time, and then putting it into a book about somebody who is, in essence, just as crazed and into that culture. That's absolutely wonderful.
You got that right.
And I assume there's a little bit of you in there as well.
Quite a bit of me in there. You'll find I drew a lot from my own experiences, my own obsession with Kubrick growing up. He was my favorite director since I was 14 years old, so I was just, this book has me all over it, and so I'm just so happy it's finally out for people to read.
Well, thank you so much for being with us. You can pick up Mr. Derek Taylor Kent's book on Amazon, on his website, derektaylorkent.com, as well as on Barnes & Noble online. Thank you so much, and we'll be right back after the break with another fantastic guest. Stay with us.